Hi friends, Scott here. Today we're going to go through creating a vinyl mock-up image. This is something that you would use to help sell your records if you're an independent artist or if you're a record label. This is a graphic you would use on something like Bandcamp or on a Shopify store or on your website or on social media. Today we're going to be using Photoshop to create this. And if you don't have Photoshop, you don't know how to use Photoshop, that's okay. I think it's good for you just to kind of look around and see how this all works. And the template I'm using today, by the way, is free. It's something I made a couple years ago and has been free on our website for a long time. You can download it right now by going to otherrecordlabels.com/vinyl. And this is just a little tutorial, a little walkthrough on how I like to use this template. So this is what you see when you open up the template. And there's a little like advertisement here. You can delete, it says delete this layer. So you can go ahead and delete that layer. So right now, this is like basically everything you see here, we can change, right? We can, if you open up background elements, you can double click on here and you can change the color of the background, etc., to match your theme. Like I can even use the eyedropper and match this yellow. Let's say cancel, go back to just kind of a nice gray. I also put a wall in here. So it gives you some sort of like, looks like it will change this color here to like a little bit lighter. And it looks like this record is up against a wall. It doesn't really work for this one. Maybe sort of that one, kind of, whatever. So there's different, as you can see here, there's different perspectives. So there's this perspective, which is a full package. So it shows the vinyl, the label on the vinyl, the inside sleeve right here, the whole cover here. And then this little strip here is called an obi strip. If you're not familiar with that, let's take a look at this. So we can turn off some of these too, right? Let's say this all looks good, but you don't have an obi strip. You just unmute it. I say unmute because it's like a Pro Tools thing, but turn it off. Album cover, there's your sleeve, inner sleeve, and there's your vinyl record. Boom. And so these are all elements that we can goof with. And I'm going to show you how to goof with them. And then there's another perspective. There's just the vinyl perspective here. I'll show you those colors in a second. And then there's a full package. And then you can also put the obi strip back on. This is just like a slanted version, which is kind of cool. Also, some of you guys don't do inside sleeves, so you can turn that off as well. Inside sleeves, like paying for inside sleeves. Some people just do like white. I think white inside sleeve is free. So you could double click on this and you could just delete this, I think. What happens if I do this? Yeah, but then you wouldn't really want to show the inside sleeve. So what's the point of that? Okay, let's do that later. Real quick, before I show you how to change these, I just want to show you, we have the vinyl in the center label, which I'll show you how to do in a second. We have some split colors. I don't know if people do split colors. Yeah, they still do them. And you can just change them by double clicking on this color. Boom, there you go. And here's the second color. Double click on this color here. These are all layers, by the way. And let's say we're going to do this, but a little bit darker. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. Doesn't match the label anymore. Boom. Boom. Okay. So those are split colors. We also have splatter, which you can change so the base color in this case is white. So let's say we were to do this cool color here. And then our secondary color, which is the splatter color, this time we want to do that in white. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. So that's splatter. Splatter on clear, which is what we saw at the beginning, but you can then change the splatter color. Blob, which we need to put on clear. So let's go, or on a solid color, sorry. So we change the color of the blob by double clicking here, or here. Perhaps we could just change it this way. Yeah, with the hue. And then we'll leave that for now. And then solid colors. Bunch of different solid colors. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your manufacturing plant or ask them for a catalog of the colors that they have available. Because some of these colors may not be available. I based them off of real pressing plant colors. We have white, which is cool. Let's turn off these background colors. White, which is kind of hard to see when we remove the background, a little easier. Clear vinyl, which I love, and gray. Nobody really does gray. Silver would be a better word for that, actually. And then a custom color, you open this up and you just click here. But custom colors like don't really exist, right? Although this color actually exists. But you can't just pick any color for vinyl. But if you know exactly the color that you want, you can just move this around until it looks like the actual color that you're going to get. Okay. So let's leave that. And let's go here to the full package. And let's go ahead. Now, this comes with this design, album cover design. This is like a fake band. It's a fake album cover that I made for this purpose. Let's take the OB strip off for a second. And let's look at the album cover. So you open up the album cover folder, the layer, and you double click here. If this was bigger, let me see if I can make this bigger. You can read that. This is better. Now you can read this. So double click on here. This is a smart object. So now I can change this. So I'm going to grab a folder. I have a sample cover here. We're going to change this cover. Just drag it to fit. Remember, this isn't like you don't use these mock-ups to send to print. This is not the same kind of thing that you would provide the vinyl manufacturing company. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look good on the screen. It has to look good on a phone. You know what I mean? On social media. So we're not going to be too like perfectionists with this. Okay, once I've got my sample cover in here, I think I could just close this window like by going like this and then click save. I think. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So there's our cover. And what's cool about that is it should be over here as well. Now, this isn't matching. This is making me ill. So let's now change our inside sleeve. So we're going to double click on this. This should really say double click, by the way. Double click to edit. Double click on this smart object. So what we want to do is, I'm going to pull this file out here for a second. We want to match this. I'm going to get rid of this and add another layer in here. And I'm going to just change its color for a second. I'm going to pull a color from here just to be kind of cute. And I'm going to do this. Okay. And let's say that we have like text here in white. That looks kind of cool. And we're going to make this really big. Oh, I wish I knew that font. Let's just use this for now. Okay. Test goes here. So watch this going to be kind of cool. And remember, like this is not how you're going to design. Your designer is actually going to copy the actual design that they made into this template. Okay, so this is what I want. I just want to see how this looks. So I'm going to close this and click save. And boom, it goes here. Not bad. Doesn't really match the design. Let's do something else. Let's double click this. Let's get our screenshot again, our sample cover. I like this gradient, but we don't want that text there. So I'm going to make it bigger. Again, I'm just goofing with this. Don't sue me. And let's turn it on its head and try this. Let's move it. Yeah, let's try this. Okay. I've just messed this all up now. This has got to be inside the mask. These have got to go. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Now I'm feeling pressure to make that insert sleeve look good, and let's move on. Okay, let's go ahead and mess with the vinyl record. So let's do a splatter design, shall we? Or, what should we do? Let's do a blob. Okay, so let's pick a solid color first. This is going to be hard because this artwork I picked here is really weird. That gold's okay. No, nobody does black. Oh, white looks cool. Okay, let's do white. And then let's take this blob and let's find a color that kind of complements. There. Cool. Now we need to change the center label. center labels here. And again, just for speed, I'm going to just grab this. And you can do this however you want. Okay, and I'm going to delete this. Let's see what that looks like. That might be problematic. Yeah, that's problematic. Okay, so I'm just going to extend this white background here. Okay, there's my center label. This looks like garbage. I'm just trying to show you how quickly you can do this. I got to change that inside sleeve. It's driving me crazy. It's really ugly. It's because it's a mask, I can kind of drag it in here and do this. Let's see if this helps. Better. And we really picked an ugly color, didn't we? I'm doing this for like, oh, that's cool. What is that? Oh, that's clear on gold. That doesn't exist. I should pretend it does because it looks cool. And then let's get rid of that blob, please. Okay. Now we're talking. So now we look at this. All of this on this perspective is changed for us, except for the color of the record. So we do have to go and quickly make that change here. It doesn't do that for us. But we know that it's gold. So we could just click on gold. And actually we placed clear on gold, didn't we? We're cheating. We're creating our own color of vinyl. That doesn't exist. Whatever this color is, doesn't exist. It's nice. It should exist. Okay. So this is pretty simple. If we want to change the background, we can. You could even, if you wanted to, you could even like grab, like, let's say you wanted to do something crazy, right? If you're making a social media thing, you could grab your artwork here, make it really big. There's no rules, right? Because this is for social media. So let's see how this looks. And then let's drag this all the way to the bottom. Look, that's kind of cool, right? And if you wanted to move the image to fit into this thing, you can. You could do, oh, nope. Is it locked? Sorry. This layer is locked or something's going on. I can't move this layer. But I bet you I could if I converted it to a smart object. My computer's going to freak out. There we go. So I could move this around. So yeah, like, look, I could make, this is like all of a sudden I've just like made a social media graphic through this, right? Delete. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. So let's fool around with that Obi strip because Obi strips are really cool. So right now we've got, our old Obi strip. So we're going to double click on this graphic and we have this area to play with. And so you can completely design this area. This is a lot of people like to put the record label logo on here or barcode like I have here. We need to see our artwork because we're gonna kind of take some elements from this, and we're gonna just say new album, and we're gonna say the band name. If that looks cool, I'm not sure. I don't even know if that's the right font. But for these purposes, like we're not trying to make something look pretty here. We're just trying to make it work. Okay, we got to change this yellow. And let's do black. Okay? Because I think it might look cool. And let's change all this to white. Okay? Let's just see what that looks like. And we're going to close it and click save. Oh, that's sexy. Isn't that cool? That's an Obi strip. I mean, those cost extra. They're like $1 per record. But I like them. I think fans just throw them away. Now, by the way, nothing in real life is that black. So we need to kind of turn down this black a little bit by making it actually gray like that. I'll even a little bit lighter. Nothing in life is that sharp black. So there we go. That's a little bit better. And see how it has a drop shadow too, if you zoom in? It's got a subtle drop shadow, which we can increase. We can increase that, make it a little bit darker so that it looks like it's a real card on there. That looks a little artificial, but you get what I'm saying. So there you go. I mean, it's pretty simple. You can download this for free by going to otherrecordlabels.com/vinyl. And you can goof with this all you want. And you can use it to help you sell records and promote your records. You can, once you're done, this graphic save as a JPEG or a PNG. You can even get rid of the background altogether and save it as a transparent image. But I hope this helps you in promoting your records and selling your records. One of the things I just want to give you like a little piece of advice. It's tempting to make your record package look really sexy on social media and like for pre-orders and stuff. And a lot of people will make these mock-ups before they have the actual record in hand because it takes a long time at the pressing plant. And a lot of people want to get pre-orders ahead of time to make some money. I just want to give you a word of a warning. Fans don't like it if you make this look really, really sexy and really cool, and then they get the finished product and it looks nothing like that. Like if you match the color of vinyl to the artwork, but in real life, it's like way off, they're going to be disappointed. And some of them are going to be actually angry and maybe ask for refunds. I've heard of that before. So try to make this as true to real life as possible. You can even, while you're designing the artwork, use this mock-up to see what it would look like in real life with the vinyl attached to it. And that'll help you make some decisions about what color vinyl you should pick. But just make sure that the real life product is really close to this. I hope you found this helpful. Download and get all of our resources on making vinyl records by going to otherrecordlabels.com/vinyl. Thanks for watching.